Hey guys, it's Christine with Indigo Wings. I am bringing you the Twin Flame reading, Soul Connection reading for the week of April 1st through April 7th. Before I get started, I just want to let you know, if you are interested in getting a reading with me, I am going to be on vacation starting Friday, March 30th through, I think it's going to be probably April 5th or 6th. I am not sure exactly what day we're coming back. Probably the 5th or the 6th. We're doing a little road trip with the family, so it's up in the air a little bit. Feel free to place any orders. 24-hour orders will not be able to be placed, obviously, but place any orders. Feel free to contact me or email me. I will be able to respond to emails, but I won't be able to do any readings until after I return. So just so that you are aware of that. But then I'll be back to my regular schedule as soon as we return. If you are interested in getting a reading with me, all of that information on how to do that is going to be in the description box below. This week I am a little pressed for time, so I'm doing a mini twin flame reading. If you like this spread, this is one of the options I offer for a reading if you want to order this. And let's see what else we have the blue moon, the full moon on the 31st. I'm not really gonna focus too much on that because, again, I haven't really been getting too many pings on it being a huge deal. We are in Mercury retrograde, and you know, again, if you've been with me for a while, I don't make a huge deal out of that. So I'm going to get started so I can keep this as short as possible. I'm just trying to think. I think that's really all I wanted to say. I hope that this reading resonates with you, but if it doesn't, that's okay. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Then it's just not the reading for you. If it does resonate with you, if it feels like I'm talking directly to you, then I am the reader for you. And like I said before, the information how to book a reading with me is in the description box below. And I am planning on, when I get back from vacation, there's going to be some changes going on in my store, some added options for readings and things like that. So stay tuned for all of that fun stuff. So the first card is the feminine energy, and we have lead. And so in traditional tarot, this would be similar to the Emperor. We have, this card's a 4 for stability, and that really is speaking to me more than anything right now with this card, is the energy of stability. And I feel like that's something that many of the feminine energies are really yearning for right now. I feel like so many, whether you are in communication with your divine counterpart or not, whether you're in separation, wherever you're at, I feel like you just are really wanting for more stability, because things have just been very up and down for the last 3 months or so. You know, and it doesn't even have to just be within the connection, just energetically, things have been very up and down. But I also am getting with this that many of the feminine energies are saying, you know what, I'm taking this into my own hands, and what do I need to do to get on track for myself? And, you know, that's going to look different because, again, this is a general reading, you know, and I'm speaking to so many people, but, you know, what I'm getting here is that a lot of feminine energies have been feeling, you know, kind of like the chaotic, like they're flailing, like they just don't know what they're doing, where they're going, where they're headed, and they're like, okay, I'm ready to take the reins in my own life, and, you know, I want to move forward. I want to get some control back in my life. And it's, I'm sensing like some struggle here because there's so much conversation around letting go of control. And so there is a delicate balance here that the feminine is looking to find, you know, a balance of going with the flow and, really taking the lead on feeling like she is, you know, not in control of her life, but mastering aspects of her life, you know, and kind of like just okay where everything is, like, you know, like, you know, and I feel like kind of being an example for others of acceptance that, hey, you know, maybe I'm not perfect, but, you know, I'm this example of imperfect progress, and I feel pretty good, you know, like wanting to just set an example, feeling pretty good, you know, where I'm at, and, you know, I'm just striving to move forward. And the clarifying card that I pulled to go along with this is the wheel. You know, this is a 10, breaks down to a 1. You know, the wheel is a time of, you know, new beginnings, but it's also, you know, a 10, the end of a cycle. And I see that, you know, in everything that I just talked about with the feminine, you know, the end of this flailing energy and kind of feeling like I'm kind of getting this image of, like if you've ever been like body surfing or boogie boarding, and if you, you know, you catch the wave, but you get overtaken by the wave and you just kind of like are tumbling in the wave and you're just kind of helpless. Like that's how I feel. I'm kind of getting that visual of how that's how many feminine feel. And now you're like, okay, the wave has spit me out, and now I'm ready to take control. You know, I'm ready to take over. I'm ready to try again. I'm ready to, you know, learn what I can from getting my butt kicked from that wave. And, you know, I'm going to go with the flow, because the wheel is a, you know, it's a card of going with the change that comes with life. You know, the wheel of life, the wheel keeps turning. The wheel is always turning. But this card does also indicate, you know, that this is a time of positive change and things moving forward. And so I feel like many of you are going to be moving out of that place of feeling like you're flailing, feeling like you're being tumbled around in that wave. And I feel like, you know, if you hop back on that boogie board, or if you go to catch another wave, you're going to ride it forward. You're going to master it, whatever it is. But it's just all like, I'm just feeling like like so many of you are regaining your confidence. There's a lot of messages for the feminine that are coming in, but it's all like along the same lines of you've been in one place and you're moving forward, which is good. We like to move forward. For the masculine, the cards that came up are challenging times and opportunity beckons. And I feel like the challenging times card is, you know, similar. I feel like it's a carryover of some of the energies that I was speaking about in last week's reading, that there's just stuff going on. And if you notice there, you know, the masculine's holding this shield up in front of him. Particularly, it's shielding the heart center area, the solar plexus area, you know, maybe even a little bit the sacral. You know, and I feel like they've also been through the ringer. I think everybody is kind of feeling like they've been through a lot of changes. And you know, and I think that I think a lot of the masculine, they're feeling very battle weary. And so it doesn't matter who they're interacting with right now, they've got the shield up, because they just don't they just don't want to be attacked, they don't want to be hurt, they want to block anything out that could potentially damage them in any way. But what's tough is that when they have that up, you know, that this shield, it blocks out the good things too, and it's blocking them from expressing as well. But then we have also for them, opportunity beckons. And I feel like, you know, and I can't remember, I'm going to have to look back at last week's reading. But I feel like they're moving closer and closer to a point of making a decision about something, or they're continuing to be faced with a need to make a decision. This opportunity keeps coming up to choose something or decide something. And I feel like as a collective, for the feminine and for the masculine, but right now we're talking about the masculine, I feel like the opportunity is going to keep presenting itself until they choose. So some will choose this time around, some won't. You know, and I feel like I spoke about the need to make a decision. You know, there was a decision that was weighing them down in the last reading. I believe I've spoken about it in many readings, but specifically in the last reading, you know, and I feel like, again, this is a carryover, because like there's an opportunity that beckons, but to me, this person is reminding me of a person who's kind of has like the weight of the world on their shoulders. Like, this doesn't look like this is an opportunity that they are like shouting for joy over. Like, this is something that really requires some thought, and you know, it's not a no-brainer for them. And then there's this infinity symbol down here. It's telling me that this decision is something that will have long-term effects on their life. the clarifying card that I pulled is the Ten of Earth. And I feel like everything that's going on with the masculine is directly related to the Ten of Earth and their desire to have financial security and that happy home life, that you know, having that happy, like, the happy life that, you know, you see, you know, like the sitcom family of the 90s, or you know, the picture perfect family that you might see in a picture frame or something, you know. And I almost feel like it's their desire for this like they're seeing this as like their outcome, like they have an attachment to this, and that's kind of that's making things more difficult for them because they have an attachment to this outcome. But I think they don't know what it looks like, and it keeps switching, and I think they're just really, they're mixed up. Challenging times. That's where they're at. I think for some of the masculine, some of them are fixated on this Ten of Earth energy because they want to give somebody the very happy family life and the financial security. So, you know, they may be fixated on it not so much because they want it for themselves, but they want to be able to give it to somebody. They might be attaching their own self-worth to the ability to give that to another. And you know, so if they're not where they want to be, they may be blocking themselves off because of that. The combined energy is awaiting results. This is a 7, so you're both on the right path. And it's kind of funny because it's like, I feel like both the masculine and the feminine are in this place of like, okay, what next? Like, where are we going? And I feel like this may have come up in one of my recent readings. And I feel like with this card, you know, it needs to be kept in mind that the timing is just not quite right. You know, this apple is not quite ripe enough to be picked. And if you pick it too soon, it's going to taste bad. You know, so there's still, you know, a need to wait for certain events to take place, you know, a need to wait for the energy to ripen, to mature, to sweeten a little bit. And 3 clarifying cards came out here. And the first clarifying card is the Knight of Fire. And so that tells me that for some, something might happen. You know, the Knight of Fire is about a fast energy, maybe an event, something happening that needs your attention. And you know, like it needs to be dealt with quickly, maybe, or you may feel like you need to deal with it very quickly. And then we have the 3 of Water. And so 2 things came to me as soon as I saw these 2 cards together, that for some of you who are kind of like, okay, you know, where are we going next? I feel like something could happen, you know, some sort of action from your connection that is worth celebrating, that's going to make, you know, you're going to be very happy about. you know, you're going to get the result that you've been waiting for. The other message I'm getting is that there might be, something might happen with a third party situation where somebody might have to make a choice, and they might have to make a choice really quickly. There might be some sort of like a knee-jerk kind of response to something. Somebody might get caught doing something, you know, but I'm almost getting like I don't want to say a warning, but like a cautionary energy of just make sure that you're really thinking carefully. Try to avoid any knee-jerk reactions here, because then we also have the moon. And you know, so I feel like the moon is, this message is for everybody in regards to awaiting results. There are things going on behind the scenes that you don't know about, and some of these things that they need to take place in order for everything to happen the way it's supposed to happen. It's you know, for divine timing, and you know, things are happening the way they're supposed to happen. You know, so try to keep in mind that there are things that you may not know about, and you're not supposed to know about them for a reason. You know, and if things are not moving the way you want them to move, you know, try to take a look at why is that bothering you? Why is it upsetting you? Like, are these things rooted in any type of fear? You know, because if it is, you know, if you're taking a real honest look at it and it's rooted in some sort of fear, you know, work on releasing those fears, you know, so that you can be more at peace with where you're at right now. And for those that the Knight of Fire and the Three of Water applies to, the moon is coming in because, again, there may be things that are going on that you are not aware of. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your gut. Follow your intuition with this. And again, I feel like things are going to kind of flush out the way that they're supposed to, with divine timing. And then the near future, we have base chakra. We have dreams coming true. And then we have new vitality. And I feel like the message that I'm getting here is that in the near future, you know, you're going to feel safe and secure, and both the masculine and the feminine. And, you know, I think it's going to be in that they are able to provide for themselves. That, you know, they know that they are safe and that the universe will provide for them, and they have everything that they need. They will know that, you know, they are loved. They will love themselves first. You know, they will have you know, basically what, because there's so many ways that this could, like, I'm just getting so many things in my head. It's kind of, I'm having a hard time like spitting the words out that I want to. Basically, there will just be a very strong knowing with the way things work out that you have what you need and that you're safe. And that will look a little different for everybody. You know, depending on kind of what your core issue is in this regard. And then we have dreams coming true. And again, you know, this is going to look different for everybody, but, you know, go back to that, you know, the moving forward and the opportunity beckons, you know, things are going to work out, and they're going to work out better than you can even imagine that they will. So good things are coming to you. The universe is going to provide. And then new vitality. So another card, you know, is a 1, new beginnings. And, you know, and I feel like there's going to be kind of like a breath of fresh air and new beginnings and new energy coming in for you to, that will help to support this energy of dreams coming true. You know, and this whole piece of the dreams coming true and new vitality, it reminds me very much of spring energy and blooming and things beginning. The clarifying card that I pulled here is the Knight of Water. So for some of you, I really do feel that there will be relationships and romance coming in. Someone, in a lot of cases, your divine counterpart will be offering their cup. They will be offering their emotions and their romance to you. But for those where that doesn't apply, this scenario that you're going to be coming into, you are going to be working on balancing your emotions, which is still really, you're still in a really good place. So I hope I didn't ruin anybody's day, that if you're not the person that is, you know, receiving this love offering, you know, if you end up being somebody who instead is in a place of balance with the, you know, dreams coming true and new vitality, I feel like you're not going to care that a cup isn't being offered to you. You're going to be in a place of, you know what? I filled my own cup. I don't care. I don't need somebody to give me their cup. I fill my cup, and I'm happy with that. Like, so it's like either way, you're going to be in wherever you end up here, you're going to be in a good place. And then the oracle card I pulled for this reading is love who you are. And I think that that's really important for just like an overall message for this, is at the end of the day, we need to be comfortable with who we are, and we need to love ourselves first. You know, and remember that we have a lot to offer, and that we, you know, we are divine, and we were made by the divine. And, you know, just because we might not be receiving what we think that we should, it doesn't mean that we are not deserving of all of the wonderful things that life has to offer. So, you know, I love that this is a reminder to love who you are, love yourself, because you are amazing. So I hope that this reading was helpful for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I would love to hear from you, so leave me a comment below or send me an email. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I am going to be going on vacation for a little bit, but feel free to reach out or order readings. I'll just be getting to them a little bit later next week. But I will still be accepting orders and returning emails and everything to clients. So I won't be completely off the grid. So I will be back with another weekly video next week when I return. I hope for those of you who are celebrating Easter, I hope you have a wonderful Easter. And if any of you are going on spring break, I hope you have a wonderful spring break. And for everyone else, I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.